Hey guys, it's Bassima. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm a freelancer and productivity coach, and today's video is a very exciting one all about pre-planning your goals for 2022. Many of us right now will most likely be reflecting and reviewing our quarterly goals because we are approaching the end of March. But in my case, I'm actually going to be resetting my goals. I will be sharing with you the exact strategy that I will be using moving forward in 2022. And if you're feeling discouraged and demotivated right now, then I hope this video provides you with that necessary kickstart. So I realized pretty quickly that my goal setting strategy had a few flaws in it. First, I had set way too many goals. So I was consistently feeling like I was very distracted. I was getting shiny object syndrome. I didn't know what was a priority anymore, and I consistently felt like I was splitting my time between too many goals. I wasn't actually getting anything done and feeling like I was making progress towards my goals because I didn't know which one I should start working on first. The next thing was that the goals that I had set at the end of the year didn't feel aligned anymore with where I was right now. Although it doesn't feel like it's much time, just 3 months, I wasn't resonating with the goals that I had set towards the end of the year. I didn't factor in any flexibility within my goal setting system, and that's when I knew that things needed to change. Otherwise, I was going to find myself at the end of 2022 having not worked towards the goals that truly matter to me. Another hole that I found within my goal setting strategy, I had planned out my goals from a state of being motivated, and I didn't factor in what would happen on days where I wasn't as motivated. This is something that I definitely do want to consider when resetting my goals for today. And then the last thing, my goals felt way too far off. Even setting quarterly goals, knowing that I had to work on goals for the next 3 months, just wasn't cutting it for me. I wasn't feeling excited or motivated about my goals. So essentially, this video is made for all the impatient peeps like me that want a closer timeline when it comes to goal setting to help keep their motivation high and feel like they are able to see progress pretty quickly when it comes to their goals. Now the next part was super fun. It allowed me to review and analyze what has worked well for me in the past when it came to setting goals. These are a few things that I've decided on carrying forward for the next month. The first thing, which I did mention earlier, is making sure that my goals feel closer in proximity. So I do want to bring in the timeline. It's not going to be 3 months anymore. Instead, I'm going to be focusing on my goals for only 1 month. That way, I'm going to feel a sense of urgency towards my goals and my motivation is going to be higher. And at the same time, I'm factoring in flexibility. In case things change along the way throughout the year, I'm able to switch up my goals for the following month and have that flexibility to do so. Now, another thing that's really going to strengthen the motivation and urgency that I'm feeling towards my goals is including a challenge. This is something that I will be doing for the month of April. I encourage you to join in on this challenge as well if you feel like you need a kickstart towards your goals in 2022. It's super motivating to feel like you're part of a community and you're doing this all together than to feel like you're doing this on your own. Now you may be asking yourself what goals you're going to be setting for today so that we don't repeat the same process that is clearly not working for us. What I've noticed time and time again is I always go back to a simplified process. So if you feel like you have a tendency of piling a lot on your plate but things don't end up getting done, truly look at the strategy that you've been using and see where it is that you can simplify things so that you know exactly what your priority is and there's nothing that's going to be taking you away from that. This time around, I'm only going to be focusing on 3 categories. Have your pen ready, have your notebook ready, and we'll be setting some goals together that we'll be working on for the month of April 2022 and really getting back on track in a way that feels exciting, motivating, and in alignment with where we are today. Let's jump into what the 3 categories are going to be. The first most important category, which I did not include when I set my goals at the end of 2021, is morale. So this is what's going to save you on the days where you're feeling less motivated, less disciplined. It's going to be able to support you to still work towards your goals, even if your mindset and your emotions might be working against you that day. There's 3 essential things that can definitely help keep your morale up throughout the process of achieving your goals. First, asking myself every morning, what can I do today that's going to make me feel good? This is something I can neglect on feeling like it might be a waste of time, that I should get started on my goals. So I really want to make sure that I'm prioritizing what would make me feel good good that day so that I can include that and I'm keeping my spirits high and really allow me to enjoy the process towards my goals. So what this is going to look like for me is not checking my phone first thing in the morning. Realistically speaking, because this has already become a habit for me, I've had to come with a replacement that's going to substitute my phone first thing in the morning. So what I did is I went ahead and purchased a book that I thought would be interesting to read, and now I have this as a replacement instead of my phone first thing in the morning. The reason why I think this is going to help with my motivation and my discipline is because first, it's not going to distract me, and it's also not going to allow for input from the outside world, making me feel like all these other things are a priority and taking me away from my goals. I really want to keep the goal that I've decided on and that I feel most aligned with top priority and top of mind, and not let anything interfere with that first thing in the morning. So remember, set your environment up for success even if your mindset and your discipline aren't there yet. The next important part to morale is to set up an accountability system. I encourage you to find a friend, a coach to help hold you accountable at the end of the 30 days. In my case, I'm going to use my YouTube channel and you guys to hold me accountable towards my goals. I'll be able to check in at the end of the 30 days to be able to say that yes, I did achieve and accomplish the goals that I set out. Now there is a catch here. In order for your accountability system to truly work, you truly have to care about what is holding you accountable. So it has to matter to you whether or not you do get it done. For me to be able to document this on my YouTube channel and to let you guys in on whether or not I accomplish my goals does matter to me. If you don't have an accountability system set up, let us know in the comment section down below what your goals are. The community here on this YouTube channel can help hold you accountable as well. And lastly, when it comes to morale, it's to switch up your environment, especially if you work from home. Because I do work from home, I love the flexibility of it, but with the pandemic, it's felt like the only place that I was able to work from was from home. This did affect my motivation and my productivity. I found myself procrastinating way more often than I did in the past. What I'm going to do moving forward is to go to a coffee shop at least twice a week to have that change of scenery and environment to help keep my morale up. This can be extremely helpful, especially on those days where you're just not feeling up to it, or even when you're working on more boring or challenging tasks related to your goal. Not underestimating the power of morale is really going to help get you towards your goals. The next category of goals is career. Now, I do have a tendency of setting way too many career goals in one year, and like I said earlier, this causes me to get distracted and to not know what my priorities are. In order to avoid this, and because I've shrunk the timeline that I'm looking at for my goals, so it's only 1 month, I'm only setting one career goal. So we really only have one focus for the next 30 days when it comes to our career. We're not going to get distracted by all these shiny things that are calling out to us, making us feel like we need to work towards these other goals when they're not our real priority. What this is going to look like for me is to create one YouTube video every week for the month of April and to get that video up no matter what. Here is where you can ask yourself, what is one career goal that I want to achieve within the next 30 days? Now, you do want to get specific in terms of what it's going to look like for you. For me, it's producing 4 videos in the month of April, and that's going to be 1 video a week. I know that this is realistic for me for the month of April. Let us know in the comment section down below what that career goal is for you. We can then check in with each other at the end of the 30 days to see where we're at with that career goal. The last category is health. So this too will only have 1 item associated with the category so that we know exactly what our health goal is going to be for the month of April. In my case, my health goal is going to be to make sure that I get in at least 15 minutes of a stretch, Pilates, low impact workout at least 6 days a week, aimed at making me feel good and energized. I do want to make sure that I'm setting up my environment for success and I'm doing things that are helping contribute to my goals. So as you can see here, I set out what my goal is, being very specific of what it's going to look like, how much time it's going to take me, and then also how many days a week that I want to get it in. So when you're setting your health goal, make sure that you're also very specific with what it's going to look like. The more unknowns that we remove from the equation, the more clear we're going to have and the less distracted we're going to be. Distractions and procrastination truly comes when we're feeling like we're lacking clarity towards our goals. So making sure you're very clear on each of the 3 categories is going to increase your chances of accomplishing the goals that you're setting for April. So I hope you found this video helpful and it got you excited again towards your goals and gave you some direction. I know when I was thinking out this process to share with you today, it really re-energized me and I felt that fire light up inside me again when working towards my goals. I'm super excited to hear what your goals are in the comment section down below. If you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button down below. And I want to thank you again for watching. I'll catch you in the next video very soon.